like this every season. Teams riding momentum, coming in a clash for national supremacy and trying to make a statement as we get close to the playoffs. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Ducks' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Shaking underneath us, guys. On the ground, it's Durham. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. All right, guys, let's talk LSU. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. When you've got a very low number beside your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the offseason was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team to start the season. Attention to detail higher, excitement higher, a chance to go out and prove something very early in the season.
Makes a third down stop.
That's a really nice job by this defense. Coming out, setting the tone. Great start, forcing a 4th down, forcing a decision already for this offense on the first drive. Really nice job coming out.
The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3-and-outs. They won't do that here, but they might go. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Brought down, but looks as if LSU will pick up the first down. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
Back to pass, it's Nussmeier. Unloads to the wideout. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Grabbed in the middle, it's Green. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Breaks into the open. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. Think about when Garrett Nussmeier goes into the quarterback room at LSU and there are giant murals of Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels, Heisman winners. Jesse, that's some pressure. But man, if he can cut down on the turnovers, he might join them.
Yeah, there's no question about it, Reese. This guy has a lot of talent. I really also just appreciate the fact that he stayed put at LSU. And in an era of college football where especially quarterbacks are transferring 2, 3, 4 times, Naming off those guys you just did, it would have been so easy for Nussmeier to try to find another opportunity somewhere else. He believes LSU is the best situation for him to win a national championship and get him off to the NFL.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. First points of the day are on the board.
How about that first drive? The hardest thing to do in college football is win on the road. They're the underdog coming into a hostile environment. What do? Possession one, go right down the field and shut everybody in this building up.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. He'll bring it out. It's Gresham. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Defense, it's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Use the play fake, now to throw. Wasting no time taking a shot. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And he showed off the wheels after using the hands on the pick, and he gets it down to the 34-yard line.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Here's a heat. He's got it. Touchdown, Tigers. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
He'll bring it out. It's Bryant. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Whittington. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush. Hit him with the screen and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And this has not been a good start for this offense. Like, this whole team, actually. They're already found themselves in a big hole. They're already trailing. They're going to need to throw the football, and you're going to have to protect your guy. This protection has to be better so he can make more plays.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. The offense changing the play. Moore will throw. Going for the big play. Reels it in down the left side. They get him down on the play, and this big-arm sophomore is not afraid to show off the gun.
That so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Just needs a crack to get a return. And they'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Gonna run it. It's Durham. Turning it on. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. How about that tough, hard-nosed running? Rich legacy of that at LSU. Reminds me of Charles Alexander.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I was a part of that legacy, Reese, on the other side when Justin Vincent rushed for over 200 yards in the SEC Championship game, and that's what you see LSU. That's what I've always thought of watching them growing up. When you watch the way they run their offense, usually it starts with the physicality and the ground game.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. That's caught. It's Brown. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Unloads to the right. Makes a connection. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tigers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Looking downfield on 1st down. Snags it, and he will score! Touchdown, LSU!
They are absolutely boat racing this team right now. We're not even at the 2nd quarter yet, and this offense has been up and down the field. They've taken a huge lead early. Every everything they're dialing up, David, is working.
Yeah, so I'm going to flip this to the other side. I'm going to need my offense to score some points, and in a hurry. Like, they got to figure it out, but they got to put a drive together, keep us off the field, score some points, and let us find some answers, because right now, defensively, we have none.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Moore to the air. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have the guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you could tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close.
Looking to take a shot. Snags it down the right side. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They've got a first down here to open the period. Off the play fake on first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Stewart. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Ducks want to crank the tempo. Might be changing the route. Just keeps slinging it. Buying some time. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
These quarterbacks that just bounce and bounce and bounce and pull the ball down and make plays. Defensively, you just got to keep coming. You can't get tired. You can't get frustrated, really. It's the frustration that gets to you because they keep making plays and keep getting first downs. Got another opportunity coming up. First and goal, try to hold them to a field goal.
The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it on first and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
Moore will throw. Fires into the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown, Oregon! He'll try to tack on one more. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Dive into the playbook here on offense. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. First play of the drive, wants to throw. That's reeled in. It's Brown. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. wants to go up top. Oh, he wants it all. He's got it down the left. He's loose. Touchdown, LSU. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Number 17.
How about the day for this young fella? That's a 4-game stretch. Nope, 4 touchdowns in 1 game. He has been the focal point of this offense, and he has not disappointed.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Oklahoma has the lead right now, but even though we've heard Boomer Sooner a bunch, this has been a nip-and-tuck affair inside Memorial Stadium. They're up by a field goal over Michigan. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He wants to change this route. Moore to the air. Time to take a shot. And he gets the foot down. It's a catch deep along the left sideline. Keep spinning the bean like that, and you start to believe this kid might have the talent to someday be the third 10,000-yard passer in Oregon history.
No doubt. And you know what Ducks fans love? They love points. They love offense. They love playing fast. That's what they are. That's who they are. That's what they want their teams to be every single week.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Connection to the right. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass catch.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
To the air on second down. He's going to let it go. Makes the grab. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in a first half.
The Ducks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Moore will throw. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Into the house. Touchdown, Ducks! Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Gonna swing it on second down. He lets one fly deep. He's got it for a big play. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
That last big play has them in position to threaten here, 1st and 10 from the 37. Back to pass, it's Nussmeier. Grab near the marker, it's Durham. There he goes. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
He'll set up to throw. Rush is on him. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. He wants it all. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on him. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Out of the gun, the inside give. And tackled there by the defense. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
But after getting stuffed on that run, you now got 4th down. I'm not into chasing points this early in the game. I think you just take the field goal, you try to pay this drive off and this opportunity to put something on the board.
Well, and nowadays you have these analytical cards, and the coaches, they literally look at every situation. Is it more advantageous to go for it or kick it? That's how they'll make this decision.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Moore to the air. Under fire. Complete to the left. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on 1st down from the 44. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw on 1st down. Shoots it to the left. Complete downfield. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. Great protection there. Plenty of time to sit in the pocket and let his receiver work across the formation.
And he did a great job working across the formation, finding a hole. Quarterback, good timing.
Touchdown, Oregon! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. They are really clicking along, 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Looking to throw. That's a go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in the window. Good pass defense.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. Moore will throw. Touchdown Ducks! Fit it in the window for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going right to work up top. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The defense uses their 2nd time out of the half as they try to get their act together. To the tight end. Got him downfield. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Under fire with the catch. It's Durham. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
From the gun, give on the inside. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Quickly out to the tight end. He's out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several 1st downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Here's the pressure. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. We've got a timeout in the the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll send out the kicker here. After the earlier field goal, they'll try again, this time a 43-yard attempt. Right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. And I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And it's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by going out, marching the ball down the field, and scoring right away, trying to put pressure on the opposing offense.
Quarterback making checks. Moore to the air. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Makes the catch down the right side. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. To the air on first down. He uncorks one deep. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
This offense is done being patient. They're down on the scoreboard here. Now, early in their first possession in the third quarter, they're being aggressive. They're taking shots. They're trusting their playmakers outside to get it done. That time, the defense, really nice job forcing the incompletion. They were ready for it. This offense, though, they need to stay aggressive.
Wants to throw it. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature, and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Spits it out to the back. Grab near the sticks. It's Durham. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
I like how this offense throws to their running backs in different areas of the field. It's not always going to be to the perimeter. It's not always going to be screens, but they can attack the middle of the field, too, using these angle routes. Nice play call.
Makes the grab. It's Watkins.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Power football with the run. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Oh, they're after him. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Well, this offense really felt coming into today that they were going to have to throw the football. For the most part, David, this quarterback has been lights out. That time, though, he lets it get away from him a little bit, and that was a critical INT for the defense and their confidence.
They needed something, man. They've given up a lot of yards, and that's the thing about the defense. Just sometimes it can change in one play. They make the interception. They
unloads it downfield. Put them on top. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Looking for more room. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Oregon!
And doing a great job in coverage. Obviously, you got to play run first as a linebacker always. That's your first thought process. But then reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the football, catching it. And then from there, it was easy. Just take it right to the house.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll go back to work on offense. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Bringing the heat. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Pulls it and fires to the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football. I mean, you coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going for it all. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence.
Oh, he's got some space. He's run out of bounds after the big game, and they are in business, first and goal.
Great execution by this offense. The running game coming through, perfect fashion, breaks the big run, finishes inside the 10.
And they do a great job of blocking downfield with their wide receivers, too. And all of a sudden now, this offense knocking on the door.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Moore will throw. Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Touchdown, Oregon! And the pummeling has started.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game one going exactly how they scripted.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Wide open downfield. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
Yeah, and Palmer, I don't know what his grade's going to be, but hitting over 400 yards on the day, I think coaches are going to be pretty impressed with the day this young man had.
No doubt. And I think for defensive coordinators moving forward,
he'll take the deep shot. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Lost the defense, he's wide open. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Dumps it to the back. He's got it and still on his feet. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ball game.
Scanning the field, it's Van Buren. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Back to pass on second down. He rifles one deep to the left. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be third down.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. And he's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches. So I don't mind him taking another shot there.
On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Direct snap. It's Whittington. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on fourth down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Breaks into the open. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move. Knocked down, but not before he gets the first down after recovering the fumble. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
To throw, it's Van Buren. Trying to find the end zone. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. They'll sneak it. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. A field goal is not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. A 4th quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on 4th and goal. Snap in the shotgun. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Touchdown, Tigers. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that is why timing is so important in the passing game. That is a critical 4th down. Down near the goal line, everything's going to happen quickly. It's got to be a great route. The quarterback has to get rid of it on time and make an accurate throw. 2 dudes on the exact same page, coming up with a massive touchdown down near the goal line on 4th down.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Florida is currently ahead on the scoreboard, but it's clear Tim Tebow's not out there, and because of that, I don't see a blowout today in the Swamp. They're up by 6 over Ole Miss. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Moore to the air. That's caught. It's Hughes. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
Making side adjustments here. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He's got it on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Moore. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And the Ducks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They believe they can run right here. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed 1st down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation.
Turning it on! And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Ducks!
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. as you will dive into the playbook here on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. To the air, it's Van Buren. Looking deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. The problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
This time it's complete. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never
wide open spaces. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. The Tigers headed quickly to the line. Looking to throw again. And that one's going to be incomplete. I don't think he got a foot down along the back of the end zone.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away. That's one he'd like to have back.
Going for 6. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. No one else.
Oh, it's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Man, I can't do that here, right? I got the football. I got the lead. The clock is my friend, and now I cough it up. Offense have to understand the situation, have to understand I got to get to the ground. I can make sure I don't fight for extra yards. I make sure I don't fumble, costly fumble.
Wants to throw. It's Nussmeier. Throws toward the end zone. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Might be calling a hot route. From his end zone, looking to throw. Got to take care of the ball. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They're backed up, and they'll just throw it again. That'll be a safety. The ball was loose in the end zone. It goes out of the back, and they're probably lucky it wasn't recovered for a touchdown. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety. Finds a little space. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get... There he goes! And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from...
Hits him in stride inside the 10. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
And that right there might be the play that they look back on if they end up winning this game as the key play in the game. In a 2-minute situation trailing, you're just trying to get a completion to get the momentum going, but they come up with a huge explosive play, and that might be the one that wins the game.
And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the 4th quarter, that ramps up the pressure. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
They're going to go for 2 here and try to extend that lead to a field goal. Incomplete on the 2-point try. They tried to push this lead out to a field goal. They'll have to settle for holding a 1-point lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Gresham. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Moore will throw. Makes the catch. It's Whittington. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
It'll be 3rd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
Gotta have it here on 4th down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The defense really did its job, David, and now the offense can put a little breathing room in this one.
Yeah, breathing room would be great.
Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, LSU! And they take it in for 6 more points. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Florida has the lead right now, but those Gator Chomps haven't come easy. They're in a tight one. They're up by 6 over Ole Miss. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Moore to the air. Looking to the big tight end. Finds a man on the left. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run it. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
4th quarter, obviously trailing in a football game, you're going to need this dude, your quarterback, to make plays. And you got to call plays like this where it's a pass and he still takes off and gets the first down. It's his time. It's the 4th quarter. You're trailing. The ball's in his hands.
Motion from the wideout. He might want another play. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's slow. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seeing the safety rotation. That time, saw the one-on-one matchup he wanted, took his shot. He is in a groove.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he's got it! Touchdown in the waning moments, and we're a deuce away from the tie.
Are you kidding me?
Such a big play to score that touchdown, but now you don't have a lot of time to celebrate. You've got to come up with your best 2-point play to send this thing into overtime and give yourself a chance. Who on offense can come up with a big one here with the game on the line?
Moore will throw. He makes the grab for the two-point conversion, and in the final moments, we are tied. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before, and I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Grabbed over the middle, it's Berry. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. To the air on first down. Fires to the middle. Working that left side. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. And I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. First and 10 from the 39. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. He wants to go deep. He's got it. Touchdown, LSU. They move on top here in the fourth.
And that is exactly what you want from this offense. Take almost all the clock, execute, and now go out and take a lead by a touchdown. Great, flawless execution by this offense.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll go to the air. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
Moore to the air. Now sliding to his left. A deep throw as the clock winds down. It's incomplete. A last gasp effort, and the defense finds a way to survive it. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in, because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up head-to-head with who's better, who's going to make the playoff. Big feather in the cap, big day for them.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.